So good evening, everybody, and welcome to Shilling Speakers. We're delighted to have you with us here tonight. We have a very special evening. We have a guest with us all the way from Mexico. Luis Dorbecker is giving us a special presentation called In Front of the Camera, which is a workshop to learn how to handle the key elements which will enhance your message in front of the camera. But first of all, why should you listen to Luis Dorbecker? Who is he? Well, distinguished Toastmaster Luis Dorbecker has trained more than 4,500 people in conferences and workshops in 70+ organizations in the United States, Mexico, Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, and Uruguay. He's been a Toastmaster since 2012. And he's attended 1,000 meetings as of August 2020. He's been a club sponsor, a club mentor, and a club coach. That's the person who goes in to sort out clubs that, well, need a little bit of help. And as club president and area governor and division director, he achieved President Distinguished status. He was Division Director of the Year in Mexico with the second highest net growth since 2008 and has contributed to the creation of 13 clubs, including a Gavel Club, where he has worked with 170+ teenagers since 2014. And as if that is not enough, he has also spoken at 3 division and 4 district training events. I think Luis Dorbecker is somebody we want to listen to. So tonight he's going to be telling us how we can improve our performance when presenting online in a contest, in clubs, or at work. And this is based on Toastmasters International online speech contest best practices. He'd like you to have handy a saucepan, a rubbish bin, a desktop lamp, lots of books, but most importantly, a positive attitude. And I'm sure we all have that. So let's give a huge warm welcome to Luis Dorbecker.
We are not here to find the best speaker. That is exactly what Ralph Smithley said in a contest on March 8th of 1935. That words were published in the Toastmaster magazine 38 years after that, in 1973. Why he started the contest? That's the question. Why? Why we have contests in Toastmasters? He realized in that 11 years from his foundation of this wonderful organization that speakers sometimes were kind of lazy to prepare their projects to present at their clubs. So he started the contest because when people is competing against each other, they tend to prepare better than is just prepared for another meeting. So he did the contest to increase the preparation of speeches so the speakers can increase or will raise the quality of their meetings. How about that? So, contest and speaking in front of the people is not easy. You know that, at least when you start in this organization. But how can we get better? We can start with asking these 2 questions. The first one is, do you want to get better? Do you want to do better? I think you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. That's right. Of course. All of you are eager to learn something, to do better, get better, and maybe share all your knowledge and your experience with some other Toastmasters. You will have your opportunity once you create that opportunity. And the second question is, I'm not sure if you're going to answer yes to this one. Are you willing to feel the discomfort of getting better? Do you want to feel the discomfort of doing better? Maybe. I'm almost sure that most of you, yes, will answer yes. That are the two questions that we must ask to ourselves if we want to do better. But to do better, we have to feel the discomfort. And that's the reason of the requirements of the pan, of the bean, of making your bed, of making good of your hair, like me. I guess I didn't have too much trouble of that, but some of you might. So I'm going to tell you two ways of getting better. The first one is practicing, practicing and practicing. And I know this is not something different from what you have learned in Toastmaster, because they always remind us about practice, practice, and practice. That's one of the ways of getting better. But what will be a second option that can combine with the first one? What will be that? I can tell you right away, like Einstein said, do things differently. Yes, do things differently. So after witness more than 10 contests in the UK, several more in Mexico, and that's so far, I realized that we can do better. And I'm sure you can too. And it's very simple. It's not rocket science, but as I told you, you have to be willing to feel uncomfortable, to feel the discomfort of doing things differently, of shaking, of being nervous. That's okay. That's what will give you to the next step, to the next level. Let me tell you what Simona Panova of Nightmarish Sacrifice said. Are her words. Everybody is equally weak on the inside. Just that some present the ruins as new castles and become kings. Essentially, a good stage pulls the audience into the performance. It's the ability to make the audience connect with the performer and develop them in the story being told. Having said that, I'm going to tell you that in the following minutes, you will learn, most of you will learn, and most of you will practice these 4 elements in the following minutes, not tomorrow, not after that, not next month, not next week, today, in the following minutes. But in order to do that, I'm going to interact with you with your screens. And I'm going to miss some eye contact because I have to see you instead of the camera. And I'm not going to be able to see all of you because so far are 60. So lucky for me, not everybody has their camera on. So whoever has the camera off, I will not be able to help them do better. But if your camera is not working, don't worry. You can see what others are doing because I'm going to ask you to feel uncomfortable, to feel the discomfort of getting better. And remember the quote that I used to start this presentation, especially the second. Use what you have. I asked for some items, but could be a carton box, could be a chair, could be a stand table, could be anything. The principal requirement, besides the attitude, the positive attitude, is creativity. So I'm going to ask you again, are you willing to feel the discomfort of getting better? Yes, some people say yes, of course. That's the reason you're here. We'll see that. Now, before I start with these 4 elements that we're going to combine and work almost in the same time. But just remember, 4 elements, but we're going to combine it because it's impossible not to do that. It's like a soup. You have to put some ingredients and taste it all at the same time. So I would love you that you enjoy the soup that we are going to make together. I hope will be really nice, tasteful. Forget my English, forget my accent, but concentrate on the message, not the messenger. This is not important. The important thing is the message. And here we go. Are you ready? Yes, thank you, Nick, and everybody, Annie. Okay, first element, background. That's the first element, background. And here I'm going to tell you a couple of things about the background. The first, that Toastmaster International recommends not to use in a contest, or if you present in your club, or if you have a presentation at your work. Obviously, Toastmaster International refers to contests, but I want you to widen the spectrum of these possibilities of looking good, not just to looking good in front of the camera, so the message can get through the audience. So background is the first one, and the Toastmaster International recommends not to use virtual backgrounds. I'm going to use many of the examples I have on the screen. Let's start with our lovely Toastmaster, Antonia. When she showed up some of the items on the screen, could you do that again, Antonia? See what happens. Move it and disappear. Yes, thank you. That's the problem of using virtual backgrounds. Sometimes, if we have headphones, this part can be white. For example, Plavani Shankar, could you move? You don't have speakers, but sometimes we look funny when we have visual backgrounds. Sometimes we disappear on the screen. So it is a recommendation, it's not a rule, it is a recommendation not to use them when you present. If you are attending a meeting and you're going to be a table topic speaker, that's okay. You can do it with virtual backgrounds. You can do it seated, comfortable, with a glass of wine or water, whatever you want. It's not a problem. But when you're presenting, it's different. So I encourage you to avoid virtual backgrounds. Also, because visual backgrounds consume more internet, and that what it happened is lower the quality of your video and maybe also of your audio. That's the reasons why we don't have to use, why they suggest not to use virtual backgrounds. Now, second, and here we'll start the action. I am not expecting you to be bored or sleep in your seat. Now, you will have to move. You will have first to stand. And I'm going to do the example. So I'm not going to ask you for anything I am not willing to do. So I have this background that is, as you can see, it moves. It's not virtual background. I have here my window. And all that has a meaning why we don't must use this kind of backgrounds, because it distract. So what Toastmaster recommends? Something kind of plain, something even. So are you ready to move? Let's start by myself. I'm disconnecting my computer and I'm going to show you a couple of things here. So I'm going to ask you, are these a right background? It is even? What can you tell me? Yes or no? People say no. Let me tell you what Ralph Smithly say. No, you are wrong. Why? Because you see straights, that doesn't make that is not even. Even is same pattern. For example, this, when I have these two, I have three patterns. This is just one. This is good. Now let me show you my home. Enjoy. I have things from all the countries Antonia mentioned. I have all of these. There's the stairs. I have a mess over there. I make my bed, but I didn't fix that. So let me move around my home a little bit of what I have here. Some masks from around the wall. Here I am in the second floor. Now I am moving to another room. Now I'm going to put my computer in a place I prepare for you. And let me put back my camera. Now you can see another background. Do you see the background? Do you think it's even? Let me see if I didn't turn on my volume. You can open your mics and freely. It is important to hear you, because I'm not going to read the chat. Come on. That will be quite difficult for me doing all that kind of things. So I prefer you open the microphone, say yes, no, you.
No.
No, it's no good.
Yes. No.
Why?
It's just distracting.
Because you've got a picture coming out your head.
Oh,
On your head.
Want to know what the picture is?
Exactly. So now I have a picture. But okay, can I do this?
Yeah.
Sure.
Better.
Perfect.
That's
It was so difficult.
Yeah.
yes.
It was difficult to pull it out.
Much better.
Yeah.
So it didn't take too much from me to take out a frame from Argentina.
Yeah.
Tango. Now I pull it off. I like it, but I have to pull it off. Why? Because if I am speaking to you about the 4 keys of making your presentation better, and I have a frame over there, you're going to be looking at the frame. Part of your great part between your ears will be processing information about what is that. It will be from Argentina or Uruguay or South of Brazil or what. And I'm going to try to pass you, to communicate you a message, and I cannot do that because I have a frame. So, for example, Don has some curtains that are really nice. I see blue, I see pink. Also, I see like a small, mosquito. I see like a small speaker. Also, I see some items over there. Like Annie And it has also a small frame over there, but I cannot realize who it is. And also, there's like a bookshelf on her right.
Too busy.
I see. Trori has many distractors. Now, she's very nice on the hair. That's not the problem. The problem is all what she has on the back. And so on. Ruth, you are making my presentation better just by moving. Thank you. Ruth didn't want me to see her mess. I don't know if she has a mess. Now it's too late for me to see it, but she fixed it by moving. She is willing to feel the discomfort. Now, let me tell you about another, let's see. What do you think about this background?
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
even though it is not even because of the pattern. You can see the pattern, but it's even. So remind me when remind about Arthur Ashe quote, use what you have. Since we are in our homes with low possibilities of getting out, you have to do your best using what you have. So behind me can be a small piece of wall, could be the doors of your closet, could be a door like this one I just showed you. This is a door. I'm going to prove it. This is a door. Here you can see. So a door will do it. We don't need too much space. We just need a narrow space that will make us eliminate all distractions. Now, when we have about the background, now you can see my shirt. It looks good.
No, you need a pink one on.
No.
Over here.
Yeah, it's
lack of contrast.
Yeah.
Exactly. Babani, exactly. Contrast is the key word. So, if we have a dark, like that, over there, before, over there, dark, then this shirt is nice. But if I'm going to present in a light background, like Ruth, so I have to do something different. Let's say this. How about it? Better? Yes. Now, better. See my hands. You can see my hand because of my arm, because of this. See? It's better. So if I have distractions and I put my frame back and I move here, then maybe I can lose my arm. You see? Here, I don't lose it. I'm here. I move it. So we have covered the first background. But hey, who is on a cell phone? Larry Lyons is in a cell phone moving around. Perfect. When you are using a cell phone, let me tell you that cell phones has better quality, better video quality than computers. Also, it has better reception, especially if the internet at your home goes away because of light or problems, because you didn't pay the bill. I don't know. Did you pay the bill of electricity? I hope you do. Otherwise, you will lose internet and your computer will not work. But you can do it with your cell phone if you have a prepay or a plan that you are paying. Doesn't matter if light is off, if internet is off, the cell phone will work. But I was telling Ian, he disappeared. Or Larry, was Larry. Larry, let me see if I have someone else on the cell phone. Ah, Marisol Cosquillo. Excellent. Now, the idea of using a cell phone is to use it in not vertical, horizontal. You can contest in a cell phone. Sometimes it's more secure in terms of quality and internet than a computer. But if you use vertical the cell phone, you will not be able to move around the screen. Do you know that in the contest, of course, we all of us must know or will know or should know that there is a stage, a part that we can move around and should be the same for everybody. So that takes me to the second key factor. First, background. Second will be distance. Distance is the second key element. Why? Because I witnessed many people contesting, see, and if they do some movement, I barely see you. I barely see the movement because they're so close, like right now I am, that you cannot see if I'm moving. And that, according to a study made on the late 60s by Maravian, he said that 55% of communication is through the language, body language. 38% is voice, and just 7% are the words you are saying. So, if I don't move and you just see my face, you will not be able to get all the message. So, this is not true. Okay, no problem. Just a study somebody else did. I didn't do it. I just communicating. Now, the important thing is that anyway, language speaks a lot. So, what Toastmaster International recommends for contest is very simple. It's from the waist, from the belt, let's say, to the top of your head. Something like this. Let me see, do my best here. I move here. I am kind of here. You can see my elbows. And this is my speaking area. Then I can put a small piece of a small post-it on the floor to mark the center. Then I can put another one like over here. So I can do this and move to the moon. And you can see my movements. I have space to do it. And I mark over my right. And then I move to my left. I can mark in a floor with a chair, with a post-it, with whatever you want. And then you have your presentation, your speaking area, your presentation area. So you can move like you were in front of people. You don't have to be still. Now you can move. And if you can see from my waist to the top, then you will be able to communicate better your message. Much better. So let me see who is doing something about that. I was, Gavin. Gavin, hey, Gavin is, but are you sit or stand up?
Sitting.
Sitting, but you put away. You are very comfortable, but whatever, you can see from your waist up. So that's good, but it's difficult to do it, to move around, unless your chair has wheels. There's always a trick over there. Now, let's go back to Ruth. Does she found a right place? Sarina, excellent. Okay, Sarina, go a little back. Excellent. That will be a very nice distance. What Sarina is doing. Let's say Natalia is going to move, apparently. some Ruth. Okay. Ruth Ribeiro. Yes. Yeah, we have a big distractor. Nice distractor. But you don't have to pull it off. The idea is to, yeah, you will have it if you're a contestant. Just in that case, or you're presenting. Andy, I don't want you to sleep. Come on. Who else? Let's see. Oh, Sarina is a very good example. She has a nice even background. She has some clothes that contrast, and she pull out the nice plant. Now she can compete. She is winning right now. Now, Andy Blake is still thinking, do I move or not? Meanwhile, Ruth is making some noise at her home. See, I have my wall. I can pull out that frame and I can do better. Andy, thank you. That's very nice. Yes, Andy. Even his chair has wheels. He didn't stand up. But okay, he has the background. Now the distance, Andy. Margot, okay, go. Perfect, Margot. Or Margot. Sorry, my pronunciation. That's a good distance, Margot. Now let's see who else is playing so I can give some feedback. Let me see. Chris Bowden. You were on my next screen, sorry. I didn't see you, but now I see you on my right left corner, and you are just perfectly fine. Another good example. Anne O'Callaghan, great. You can see from the waist to the top with a little space over here. Christian has a background, visual background. That's the reason of funny movements, but that makes like salt and pepper to the soup that we are making. So let's see Tom Print. Tom Print, very good, but you will have to change your shirt for something darker. I think that will be easier than changing the background. I think so. Haritosh, great, but a little lower your angle of your camera, Haritosh. The angle. A little bit more. Okay. Perfect. No, not that far. Come forward, come forward. Oh, okay. More, right. That will be your center. That will be your center. So you can move back, you can move forward, you can move one side to the other one. So give some space on the back, because if you're talking about the past, you can move to the past. If you and make some space to the front, so you can move to the front. So Harchish Lahan, sorry my pronunciation again, but you look great over there. Let's see. Okay, Haritosh, great. Lacan, great. With that hoodie, nice. Chris Bowden, Tom Print, excellent, all of you. Now, Craig Newman, with you, I will go back because we have the third element. We just handle background and we handle this. But how about height? Now we want height. Why we want height? Because of this. See me. Let's see. Let me change the screen so I can a little bit see myself. Okay. How do you see my eye contact? From bottom to top. That is good, or do you think this is better? Which one? This one or the other one?
This one, now.
Now, let me show you what I did. Now, before, let me show you, I have my pan, or I forget the right name over there. Antonia?
Saucepan.
Yes, that one. I have this. I can use it, but I have all other items. I have a box I can use. It's empty, don't worry. I drink it already. I have can is clean, right? Very clean. I can use it in this way. These items, put it in different ways, and I can put my computer on the top, so I can raise it. What is the purpose of this? To raise your computer. Books can give you fine toning, but meanwhile, you can use a box, a pan, and you can do like this, put it on a table, and then you can put your computer on the top. Now, let me tell you what I did. I have two tables in order to do this. If I'm going to present at my work or present in some other audience, I will do it here, right now. I am ready. But I'm going to show you what I did. Now, let's see if I can show you. We have, let me see. Okay, here we have a table. See, you see a table? That's a table to put beside your bed or to watch a movie and put the popcorn or your wine or beer. I have here, and then I put over, you see, another table that is different, but you can see it. You see? The first one, and then the second one.
I'm not right.
See? There's my computer. Here is you. And here we have two tables. One where is my computer over the top of another table that you can see over there. See? Now, this is important because it's like when we are talking, it's important to see the people's eyes. But now, if I want to see the people's eyes, I will have to see each of you, like Rinko has a beautiful eyes, but if I see her, or if I see Trudy, or whoever else, I will not be able to see the camera. So when we are presenting, the fun part is that when we go to the distance, from the waist to the top, everybody is so small. So I eliminate all by pin the timer. That will do it. And I pin the timer. And the timer usually is not fun. It's just a screen with change colors. By the way, someone would tell me when I am in 40 minutes, 45 and 50, I will really appreciate it. I left my cell phone with the chronometer downstairs. So I will go get back to that. But the important thing is the camera will be at the height of your eyes. Let's see, for example, Larry Lyons. Larry Lyons is from the bottom to the top. That would not be a good idea to present in that manner. So if he wants to present, he will have to raise the camera to the height of his eyes. In that way, he can speak directly seeing the camera. Now, when we are talking, presenting, I can do here, I can put a chart or something if I want to do it. But if I'm presenting here, and I eliminate all of them just by ping or fixing the timer, then I see the timer and I see the little green or red or whatever color is your camera. If you are in a cell phone, you will not have the light, but you know where's the camera. And to put the camera of your cell phone steady, you will have to use, I don't know, some things to hold it, but be sure to raise it as much as possible so it can be at the height of your eyes. Let's see which cameras we have with background, with distance, and with high. Let's see. Haritosh is doing a great job. Perfect, Haritosh. A little lower the angle a little bit, Haritosh. Ruth is back in business. Very good, Haritosh. Now let's see, Ruth. Trudy is working, yes. Perfect, Trudy. But you have to put, if you have a laptop, no, don't worry about the frames. Don't worry about the frames, Trudy. But you will have, don't worry now. If you're contestant, yes, you will have to put them away. But since you're not contestant right now, you just have to put something below the laptop, so the laptop or your camera will raise to a higher point, because right now I see you from bottom to the top. Now let's see, Bahami. Bahami, you have nice background so far. You have a nice contrast, but I see you a little boring. Sorry. What can I do to make you feel better? Okay, let's see. Meanwhile, you answer me. Let's go to Chris Borden. Chris has excellent eye contact, I guess. I see it right. I see nice distance. I see nice background. Sarina, you're too close. Perfect. That's a nice high. Now you can get back. Yes, Chris, you too. Margot, perfect. Over there, you just have to have like some sleeves darker, so your arm, not now. You were not prepared for that, but for a contest or presentation, something darker and sleeves. Trudy, excellent. Nice work. Now let me see who is Ruth, from bottom to top. You have to work the height, please, if you are contestant. Let's see the other screen. Her sheet is very comfortable in their sheet. He's right height. If he stands up, he will have to have the computer raise up. Christian Collinson, you're too far away. Get closer. Perfect, perfect. That will do it. A little bit, some books below could help a little bit more. And I think for the moment, we just discussed or told you about these 3 factors: background, distance, and height. Now I'm going to tell you about the 4th one. The 4th one is lighting. Lighting, according to TMI, should be behind the camera. And believe me, all what I'm telling you that I get from the headquarters, this I tested by seeing people in videos, in workshops, in conferences, in lectures, and these guys, they are really good. I mean, what I'm telling you is the guys from the headquarters, because they make, I just synthesize it in these 4 elements, but they are really work. When you are talking, it's easier to get through, to pass your message through. So here I have also a lamp, a desktop lamp. Let me show you my lamp. Let me see. You see my lamp? Yeah, here. Of course, you see it. You see my lamp. So I can turn it on and see if I improve or not. So far, I have the light of the room on. Then I can do this, and I don't know. You tell me if I look better. Who says yes or who says no?
Yes.
Thank you, Snowy. Thank you. Somebody.
Previous one, nice one.
Looks better. But if I put too much, see the effect. For example, this will be too much.
Yeah.
So I can reduce it, and can be made by also portable light that you can plug in the USB of your computer. That, let me see, is not expensive and can help. Yeah, kind of, can help. So there's also like a camera, USB camera, so you can move it, are flexible like I'm doing. I'm not doing my computer, you see, this is my computer, and with a camera that is USB connected, is not really expensive, and you have a lot of flexibility. like a cell phone too. Rinku, I see you from bottom to the top, but distance is a little closer, closer, Rinku. Okay, now you just have to raise your computer or your camera, so I can see you like not from top to bottom. You have to put below. I can borrow you this. Do you need it? Here, take it. Yeah, you didn't like it. Okay, no problem. But that are the 4 elements. Lighting is important so we can see the facial gestures we made. Rinku, you are too far. You have to get closer and raise your computer. Babani, perfect. Really nice. Really nice. Good job. Trudy, perfect. Just a little closer. Trudy, a little closer. That will do it. That will do it. Yes, yes. Let me see who else. I know Chris is an expert. Chris Bowden. Serena also rocks. Very well. You really are really good. So let me see who else is working. So Alexander, finally see you. Now you have a nice background, but I can see the edge with the ceiling. So you will have to raise your computer and then lower the angle. Raise your computer, lower the angle so you can see at the same height your camera, like if you were seeing a people, somebody.
Luis, we have a question on how do you fix the light reflecting on glasses?
Thank you.
Get contact lenses.
See this? I did this because of the question. See, pins. Some of us likes to wear pins, but pins, pens, and some kind of earrings, women, and glasses can be a problem with the light, especially if they are recording the contest, because will be like a flash and nobody can see that, and you are also making a distraction. What pin is that? It will be rotary or will be Toastmaster. If he is a member of both, and the message is flying away, you're not seeing and hearing the message because you're thinking on the pin. It is Toastmaster, will be from DTM or where leaders are made, or what pin he's using. And then message is gone. So let's eliminate all of these items you can. Glasses, especially international speech contest, where they are recorded, because to the next stage, you have to do it like, if you don't see it really well, do your effort to do it with your eyes open, even though you don't see. There's somebody to help you, maybe in your stage area, your speaking area, instead of putting a post-it, put a chair so you can, I crashed the chair, the other chair, in front and back, so you will like in a small square if you have glasses and you have very bad seeing. Now, if you see a little, I don't know, like you distinguish colors and I see a shadow here, over there, that works because the only thing you need to see is the light of the camera and the light of the timer, basically. Then once you finish, you put it back. Now, it's a suggestion. If you don't want, it's just a suggestion, you don't do it. But you might be lucky. That depends also on the light you're using and the recording, if we have something that shines or not against our own speech. Now, also it's important when you do a speech to do it accordingly to the event. If you go to a wedding, you don't go in shorts, or in a batsuit. No, you go formal. If we are going to contest or to do a presentation, let's do it accordingly to your speech or to your audience. Now, if I'm telling you a story of cowboys, yes, I can use a hat. of a cowboy. If I'm working in a construction, I'm telling you an analogy, I can do this. Yes, you can use a teacher of Superman if you're talking about heroes, but depends of the audience and your message. Now, let me go back to my room downstairs. Let me walk just to wrap up the 4 elements. That is background, distance, height, and lighting. Now, let me give you some other tips that will help you in the time that we contest. See, I'm going to raise my computer by putting this book below. See, book. Huh? I put it below. It's from Pancho Villa. It's heavy. Put it over there, and then I can accommodate to have a little bit better eye contact. When I started, I didn't put it. Now I have it. So, some last tips that you can use when you are presenting. First, have your platform, Zoom in this case, updated. Make sure you update the platform the day before and in more than one device. If computer crash, at least have your cell phone, yellow. I am with you, Antonia. Oops. Have the more than one device, the platform updated. Now, that's the first one. Second, put yourself privately in some space as close as possible to your modem. As close as possible to your modem. Now, you can see Drinku. Please, 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 please. Natalia, sit down. You did great, even though you have a virtual background. Natalia Garibay. No? It's real? Oh. Ah, I see. Now, but you can rest. You can sit. Bahami, Trudy, sit. Relax. Thank you for standing up, for feeling a little uncomfortable. No problem. Thank you. Now, as close as possible to a modem and avoiding a possible person walking behind you, or the dog barking, or put the dogs away, or tell your son, your daughter to give them a walk, a big walk, at least of the time of your presentation. I don't know, it's creativity, just that, no more. Or ask the neighbor to take care of him for a couple of minutes, giving, I don't know, some, I don't know, I forgot the name. Okay, in US will be dollars, in Mexico pesos, over there, Europe, coins, whatever. So just be creative. Now, try that nobody use at your home the internet. For example, people like me, that we have kids, I have one that is 24, and he likes to play games on the internet. So if he is playing internet, meanwhile I am presenting, who is going to get more internet? It's a bet, and I can lose. So my son cannot play, meanwhile I am presenting. In a meeting is not a problem, but presenting, come on. There's no internet for anybody. Not Netflix for my wife, not video games for my kid, and just for my presentation. After that, no problem. Now, have your chargers ready. I have here the one from my cell phone. So if my computer disconnects, I have my cell phone ready, charged, but also I have the charger. Also, I have the charger of the computer. Here, I have the charger ready and connected. I plug, I unplug, but I have ready. I have an extension close. From the other room, I have 2 extensions, all connected. If one doesn't work, I use the other one. Another important thing when you are speaking in camera, don't move too fast. Because if you're moving too fast, if your video quality is not really good, you're going to, it doesn't look good. So when you move, don't move too fast. Just move a little slower than you used to. I want to tell you, and I move a little slower. All right? And avoid shiny things, as I told you. And the most important thing, you can have the background, you can have the distance, you can have the height, you can have the lighting, you can have a good message. But if you don't have enthusiasm, energy, your message will not get through. Will not get through. And as that, I would like to remind you modified words by me of Coco Chanel. A clear message and a good image is prerogative of those who have already taken possession of their future.